Weather Authority meteorologist Ron Rose.
All right, it's Life Hack 30. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
We do dad jokes during the morning, but we do life hacks here. So today is the 18th day of September, out with the old and with the new. Make your cake softer. Now we just had, what wasn't cake? It was flan yesterday.
Flan, it was good. Donnie
Oh, it's
Mays.
very good. Flani Donnie is what we're going to start calling him now. Makes a great flan. Anyway, make your cake softer and more flavorful by replacing the water with milk in the batter.
It's a cake hack.
Do you normally do that?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
Of course,
do.
Angie knows this.
Of course I do.
It works twice as well with chocolate cakes for some reason. So there you go. Can you do you know why it worked better with chocolate cakes than
I'm
say
going to
vanilla
guess
cake?
because if you used chocolate milk and chocolate cake, you're just doubling that flavor. Merritt can weigh in on that too. But yeah, I mean, it does work. And you know, add an extra egg. You can use butter instead of the oil. You can find cake hacks everywhere.
If you really want hacks, food hacks, just go to Angie. She knows how to do it.
Call me for more tips. Follow me for more tips.
At Angie Humphrey.
That's right.
Let's take a look outside right now. We've got our Diamond Valley Federal Credit Union camera. Of course, that's at Deaconess Gateway, checking out the scene there. We've got ourselves plenty of traffic. It is teeming with traffic, I'd say, as we take a look at another tower cam, a live shot from USI's library. Of course, looking out toward the Lloyd Expressway and University Boulevard. Down in Central City, and we saw the beautiful full moon, the harvest moon, as it was setting this morning. It was fantastic. It was a beautiful sight in the morning sky, a lot like this floating head. It was about right there. You know, that's a very young looking floating head. Is that floating head cutting class? Should that floating head be in school right now? I think it might be maybe time for that, the tardy. It is a very, well, because it's not in math class right now, right there. The floating head just kind of floating in the Ohio River. It looks like it's coming up out of the river right there. You don't want to swim in that river, floating head, trust me. I've seen other things floating in that river. You don't want to float in that river. 82 degrees right now, the dew point's at 61. Floating head, what's the wind right here? Can you get over here and show the wind? Could you float over there right there? East wind at around 6 miles an hour. And you can see the temperature 79 in Owensboro, 80 in Jasper. Where the floating head is in Morganfield, 85 degrees there. And you've got yourself 81 degrees in Fairfield. Not quite a full floating head. That's it. You know, it's not going to be quite a full moon tonight, but it will be a near full moon. Hey, check it out. Floating head. Look at this. We've got ourselves a full moon right here. You can see the rainbow effect. This was actually at 5:30 this morning that Richard Sager got this great shot from Owensboro. And yeah, it was a wonderful shot there. Those high, thin clouds, those cirrus clouds, are basically ice crystals refracting the light of that full moon. And it was very pretty. Of course, it's a full supermoon too. Check this out. We've got this beautiful sunrise this morning. This was from Ohio County. Phyllis Titcher is the one who got that great shot right there. The floating head said, I just want to do it twice, and that's it. Then the floating head gets out there and thinks, I kind of like floating across every picture is what I like to do. There you go. As far as the radar goes, yeah, there's nothing to show you here except that floating head floating off. As we take a look at what's going on storm tracker wise, now we have seen a few extra clouds to the east, and that's going to be the case. Now, as far as the rainfall across the region, we do have some rain off well to our west. We have some rain off well to our east, and we've also got ourselves a little bit of rain kind of trickling into parts of Kentucky, but that's a long way off. It's not going to be hitting us. High pressure's in control. Things are looking pretty good. Now the flow. Can you do a little dance? Do a little dance. There you go. And we've got our future trackers indicating maybe a couple of showers this afternoon. I'm not buying into it. Most guidance is showing us staying dry, and that's what I think is going to be the case today and tomorrow, and really through most of the rest of the week. We do have a slight chance of rain late in the day on Sunday. Well, I think the floating head's enjoying her time. All right, floating head, there you go. Show us where the high temperature is today. What is it? 88 degrees right there. At least now it's only 8 degrees for a high today. But now it's 80 degrees with the floating head being a 0. Okay. Sun and clouds, very warm out there. 3-degree guarantee. Bye-bye, floating head. We've got ourselves a look right now at what's going on. I called for a high yesterday of 88 degrees, got up to 89 degrees. That's a 3-degree guarantee winner. And today's winner is, well, we go back on that. It is Rachel Trout. There we go. And let's hear it for Rachel Trout. All right, there we go. You know her? Oh, okay, there you go. So she's a friend of Lifestyles right there, an FOL. 88 degrees for a high today, 91 tomorrow. Here come the 90s again. Break out your grunge records. 93 also on Friday, 92 on Saturday. Getting a little humid on Saturday afternoon, and here comes that slight chance of rain on Sunday. So yeah, and we got a decent chance of rain. Looks like Monday into Tuesday. That's when we have that cool front that's going to move through, and it's going to knock the temperature down a little bit. We'll need it by then. I mean, after a few days in the 90s, I don't care if it is a dry heat, it's still going to be a tough one. And it is going to be a little humid on Saturday. Hey, look at this. James Logston from Lewisport, just down the road from Owensboro in Hancock County. Beautiful sky this morning. Love this shot here. Had a few more clouds to the east, made for a really good looking sunrise. So love it.
Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you so much, James. That's great.
Yep.
When we come back, it's the big night out, boys and girls, and big brothers, big sisters, right after this.